Imagine waking up somewhere with no idea what your name is, where you came from, or even who you are. The year was 2004. One day in August, a man was found injured and unconscious near a Burger King in Richmond Hill, Georgia, USA. He had no ID, no wallet, and no documents that could reveal his identity. When he was taken to the hospital, doctors discovered something even stranger. He couldn't remember his family. He couldn't remember where he lived. And he couldn't remember the person he had been before. Doctors believed he was suffering from dissociative amnesia, a condition that can cause someone to lose important memories about their identity and past. But the strangest part was this. He didn't even know what name to call himself. Because he had been found near a Burger King, authorities initially referred to him as BK Doe. Eventually, he chose a name for himself, Benjaman Kyle. Before we continue, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. And comment below. If you suddenly lost all your memories, who would you want to tell you who you really are? For years, investigators tried to discover his true identity. His fingerprints were checked. His DNA was tested. Missing person records were searched. Government databases were checked. But nothing gave them an answer. For years, Benjaman Kyle was a living man. Yet officially, it was almost as if he didn't exist. He struggled to get a social security number. Finding legal employment was extremely difficult. And without an identity, building a normal life became almost impossible. He spent years living in extremely difficult circumstances, including periods of homelessness. Then, in 2015, something incredible happened. A genetic genealogist named C.C. Moore and other researchers began using DNA to search for clues about his family. They discovered a possible family connection. Then they started tracing his family tree. And eventually, they found his real name. The man who had been known as Benjaman Kyle for more than a decade was actually William Burgess Powell. He had been born in Lafayette, Indiana, USA, on August 29, 1948. But the discovery didn't end there. Investigators found that William had 3 siblings. His family had spent years without knowing what had happened to him. Some relatives had even believed he might have died. Then, after more than a decade without answers, William Powell finally found his family again. He also received official identification, allowing him to access services and live more normally. But one mystery still remained. What exactly happened between the time William disappeared from his old life and the day he was found injured in Georgia in 2004? That part of his story remains unclear. For 11 years, the world knew him as a man without a name. Then DNA gave him something he had lost long ago: his identity, his family, and a piece of his past. And perhaps the most haunting part of the story is this. Sometimes, the scariest thing isn't getting lost in a place. It's losing the memory of who you are. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share to support my channel. I'll be bringing you more true stories, mysterious events, and unbelievable things that have happened around the world. If you're new here, please subscribe and support the channel. Your support helps me continue creating even more exciting stories. And now I want to ask you, if this happened to you, what would you do if you woke up and couldn't remember who you are? Leave your answer in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next incredible story.